These agreements with West Balkan countries are very important. There are additional agreements about unlawful migration, and here at the meeting here today, the European political community, that's been a major feature, which is how do we take down the gangs that are running this vile trade of smuggling people across borders, in particular for us, the concern about those that are crossing the channel. I'm determined we're going to smash those gangs, and these agreements today are about sharing intelligence, sharing data, and the conversation today. I chaired the round table here today. The conversation was about how we then turn those into the operations that we need to intercept the gangs, the groups that are running this, making a huge amount of money, all along the routes that they're using for people smuggling. And I'm absolutely determined that with agreements like this, we can take these gangs down.
On Donald Trump, what's the consensus here? Is this good or bad for Europe and Ukraine specifically?
Well, I've just come from a meeting with President Zelensky, and that's my sixth time of meeting him since I've been Prime Minister, sixth time I've had to sit down with him and discuss the situation. It was an opportunity for me to repeat and affirm our ironclad support of Ukraine. And the broader point here in Hungary at this meeting has been that this isn't just about the sovereignty of Ukraine, although of course it is about that. It's also about our freedom, our democracy and our values. And that's why it was very important for me today to have that further conversation with President Zelensky and reiterate just how ironclad the UK's support is for Ukraine.
On defence spending, clearly Europe needs to spend more. When is Britain going to get to 2.5%?
I was very pleased that at the budget last week, we were able to set out £2.9 billion of additional spending on defence. That's really important that that money is available, as it will be now, as according to the budget. We are committed to the pathway to 2.5% because there's nothing more important than the safety of our country and the national security of our country. So that remains the commitment. But last week in the budget, it was really important for us to put down that extra £2.9 billion for defence.
And just finally, Trump has reportedly been telling associates that you're, quote, very left-wing and not in a good way. It's not a great start to the special relationship, is it?
I had a very good meeting with President-elect Trump a few weeks ago when we had dinner together in New York, and that was very positive, very constructive, as I think you know. And obviously I had a phone call with him last night, again, very positive, very constructive. And as I've said many, many times, the special relationship between the UK and the US was forged in very difficult circumstances historically. In our joint view, it's as important today as it's ever been.